Hey, I'm Nancy Juetten, and I am so glad you found your way to this page. So what was the start of creating the Life Goes On roadmap, and why does it matter to you? I'll tell you something. I'm married to a financial planner, and we're driving around, and I'm a passenger in the car, and I said to him one day, what if something should happen to you, and I was ultimately responsible for taking care of everything we'd accomplished in our lives, all our assets, all our financial information, everything. I don't know what I would do. And he said, oh my God, it's like a blind spot in our lives. I'm so glad we're talking about this. And I said, you know what, Steve, I'd really like you to create a roadmap so that I could navigate whatever life might be throwing my way in case something should happen to you. Would you please do that for me? That's really what I want for Christmas. And so last Christmas, he actually created everything I needed so that I could pick up wherever he would leave off should something strange happen to him and I find myself suddenly single and responsible for everything. And then we started talking about this to people we know, friends and family, even people we're sitting with on airplanes. And I'll never forget the day my husband was sitting next to a woman on an airplane because we weren't seated next to each other. And she says to him, what do you do? And he says what he does. And she says, what do you do? And he says, well, my husband's getting ready to retire. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of our lives. And he says to her, if something should happen to him, do you know where the safe deposit box key is? And do you know how to pick up the pieces should something happen to him? And then you know what? Her eyes filled with tears. And she said, I've been trying to pin my husband down to have that conversation for it feels like years. And now I feel that if it doesn't happen, it could be too late. And so he started talking to her about this way that we'd figured out to help people get over that and have new conversations with their spouses. So instead of being in the passenger seat, they could actually take their place in the driver's seat should that be the situation that befalls them. And so she says to him, when you create that, will you let me know, because I'd buy it and I tell all my friends. Well, here's the thing. We've created it. And now we're inviting you to take a look at it. And we'd love for you to be among those who get to be a part of it so that you can have the transformation that we're promising and be so inspired and so well served that you'll want to tell all your friends. So go ahead and read on what we have here on this page. We want to take you on the ultimate road trip of your life, change conversations you have with your hubby about how you manage the finances and how you know where to save them, store them, and keep them and share them with the right people. And we're going to get you ready to go so that if there is a bump in the road, you can keep on driving and have power and control. So I'm Nancy Juetten. I'm super glad you're here, and I will see you very soon, I hope.